Well, hello everyone. You have right here talking about understanding about greeting cards right here. And let's just say if one of those greeting cards is going to say something like, hey, this is not the whole story, or, yeah, the real truth, what is missing here about the fact about, does this really explain everything? So if we're going to be picking up a greeting card and, 102 is toward, yeah, you want to go ahead and work a greeting card where you're able to write down your initials or something like that, or maybe talk about maybe a simple greeting such as, hey, I was thinking about you during the time of my visit here at this park or something like that, or something like that. Some sort of story. But you see this right here, I'm talking about with this rose right here, and I think everybody might even say that, why do you think that flowers would really explain about the fact about feeling, about how people feel, and maybe about, that's not the whole true story of what that person is trying to say. And, you may want to know too if that really right there is supposed to be about any sort of therapy of some kind. But you see this right here, the way I put this rose right here and tulip though that I have right here of talking about, do you think that maybe anybody would use this in sort of phrase to where that yeah, you didn't really miss anything if you were really I'm like, yeah, so a lot of times it sure seems that way that so far as the overall expectation, if you're going to be buying a greeting card, and let's just say that, somebody looking at this design right here is maybe going to look at the inside, and they're going to see on here that it says that, explain it, but, really, that, it says, sorry, yeah, sorry we missed you, or something like that. Sorry, so yeah, something like that. Special offer right there. So a lot of times it sure seems that way that, if you were to make a greeting card or so, people might even want to know too that what's the first thing that you think about whenever you look into a greeting card? Is that, yeah, somebody's voice, right? Somebody's voice and maybe from how they want to speak. But you see this right here of talking about that why is it that maybe I don't see very many time greeting cards? I don't see very many greeting cards that say that, sorry we missed you today. Sorry you weren't able to come to this party, but here's something to cheer you up or something like that. And so it's like, yeah, so you look at this right here and you're thinking as toward, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that this person would like to look at a picture of a rose garden or something like that just to cheer them up. And thinking as toward, okay, you got the leaves right here along with the sunshine and the soil and maybe with the spring clean of the flowers right here. But do you think that maybe everybody would maybe even say too that yeah, something like maybe a bouquet of flowers or something like that. But why do you think anybody would maybe even say too that this right here kind of explains the story? Because apparently that if you would have gone on a date, or maybe if you would have gone to this concert or whichever, if you would have gone somewhere just to have a nice time, that people might say that, yeah, they didn't explain the whole story because they thought that they weren't sure what the person's reaction was going to be. They were kind of like hiding in the shadows. They didn't want to speak up right away just because of what reason. But still, that you want to know too that a number of times it's happened, and you're saying is like, yeah, the first thing that you might read is, sorry that we had to miss you. Sorry we missed you, and for our special offer, or something like that. And almost all the time that you wonder to where how do you really explain that? If you had to miss something for whatever reason, if it was because that something came up and you were not able to attend, or maybe change a plan, or whichever it is. And so, why do you think that maybe people would maybe say that they'll go ahead and take time to print on a greeting card? Sorry that we had to miss you. Sorry we missed you, but here's a special offer right here. But on the top right here, it says, the missing part of the story. I didn't have much time, and I had misplaced my keys and my wallet or something like that. So, like, you always want to know too that how do you even know if this person who's writing this letter is actually speaking the truth? And like you said, that yeah, that are there certain ways of how you can tell in that greeting card that this person is actually speaking about how they feel, but on the other hand, they want to do it a certain way or so. But you see this right here of talking about with the real truth right here, and people may say that that if they're trying to say something, and let's just say that the first thing that they say is that sorry that I'm late or something like that. Sorry I'm late, but something came up that I had to take care of, but here's a special offer for you. So it's like, yeah, so why do you think that a lot of people, anybody who's going to pick out a greeting card, do you think that maybe that they would say that maybe that they would put something like a photograph like right here, like say that, yeah, your favorite moment in time, and I use a rose right here, and like you said, this right here is, but more likely is supposed to represent for a moment in time to where that this is how we met. This is how we, this is how we were able to come together and connect right here. But still, that how many of us are going to say, yeah, you would like to have something like this printed on a card that says, sorry I missed you. Sorry that it didn't work out or something like that. Well, why do you think that maybe not very many people are going to take time to do that? And I guess the reasons why is because that they didn't know that they hurt that person's feelings. They didn't know that that's what happened, and so that's why it seems that way. That the way that this flower is drawn right here, you can see this right here. You got the leaves right there, but that other person is not going to know. That other person is not going to know that this flower sprouted above the ground right here is waiting, for this special occasion, and you'll begin to wonder that why do you think that anybody would want to use a flower for an example? But on the other hand, it's like yeah, that whenever it comes to understanding about sorry we missed you or something like that, but everybody might say that yeah, you may feel bad that you had to miss a special occasion, or maybe if it is the concert or the parades or whichever it is, just to take care of something important. And you want to know too that so how do you explain that? How do you explain about this is how this person feels, or like just by with the flower design right there? But like you said that you know whenever you do draw a flower right here, that it's possible that anybody painting a flower might even say that one of the reasons why that they painted this flower right here is because that there's something about it. There's something about those leaves, and there's something about the color that makes it think as this toward, oh, okay, yeah, that anything that you want to add to that flower design right there, and people might say that, yeah, well, for sure that you can start with maybe with a favorite color and maybe a favorite pattern of some sort, but still, you got the flower right there, then you got this wording right here, but you see this right here of talking about yeah, you're not really missing anything. If you were trying to attend that movie or go to the concert or something like that. So people may say that, yeah, that missing story, the real truth. Sorry that you had to miss this event, but for our special offer or something like that. And so you begin to wonder toward it, that how do you really explain what exactly are you trying to say whenever you do type up a greeting card like that? And some people might even say that well, what we're trying to say is that this is we were hoping for you to be able to attend this event, but then something came up, or if that was exactly what you expected. And like you said, that why do you think anybody would take the time to say something like that, to where that oh, okay, yeah, sorry it didn't work out, or yeah, well, sorry that you weren't able to come, and so yeah, so greeting cards like that, greeting cards like that, do you think that maybe anybody would want to take time to read it? Like, yeah, well, I accept your apology, and I guess a lot of times it sure seems that way, that it's all about the fact about if this person did accept and understand what you were trying to talk about. If they do accept and understand, what the reasons were. And most of the time, a lot of people don't. Most of the time, a lot of people don't. And like you said, that, please accept my apology. Please accept my offer right here. And so, like you said, that if you were to take time to explain about what's going on, but at the same time, it sure seems that way, that how many people really want to take time to say that, well, sorry I missed you, sorry it didn't work out, but it's tough luck, or something like that. And so that's why it seems that way, toward it. You know, uh, do you think anybody would take the time to read a greeting card that says, sorry it didn't work out, or something like that? Or they would maybe say, that include maybe like a little smiley face or something like that, but I say, well, more of an invitation. If you were not able to work it out with this occasion, and they might say that that's called an invitation, but really, what do you call the type of greeting cards where they say that we send these out to our guest, our guest, knowing as to where if they were not able to come for any reason at all, that you would send them, yeah, sorry we missed you, invitation or something like that. But like you said, that to how many people would take time to do that? Just because that you were not able to come, that yeah, how can we make it up to you? And so really, that let's be honest here. Let's just say that if somebody were to say that they tried to come, but then they were not able to come, and so you begin to warn toward, oh, okay, yeah, that it's. I think it's over the fact about if that person accepts your apology, if they accept the reasons why that you were not able to attend. Oh, okay, you would like to come, but still, you would also like to come, to where you can work that out. Like, yeah. So I think everybody else would maybe even agree that that if you want to come to an event, that you want to come to it, and by making at least one or two requests, with the meet, so yeah, so a lot of times it sure seems that way. You look at the greeting card right there, and you're saying it's to where, yeah, about how many people are really going to say, oh, okay, we're sorry, we're sorry that you were not able to be here. Yeah, we're sorry. We're sorry we missed you, or something like that. So really, that a type of greeting card like that would be is that, I think everybody might even say too that really, that's not really the true feeling. That's not the real truth here. What the real truth is if you accept the reasons why, if you accept the apology. And in case of anybody's wondering, that if you can understand how the person feels, and maybe that's another reason why, that on the front of the picture right here, yeah, on the front of the picture right here, that maybe that you want to include the date right here, saying as such as, yeah, that it would need to be on a Sunday. Sometime next week on a Sunday, please. If we can go ahead and work that out, or something like that. So, like, everybody might say that if you're trying to talk to somebody, and let's just say that if you put on the front here, Sunday, okay, Sunday what? Well, like, yeah, Sunday, meaning that, yeah, sun right here. And so, anybody, if you really want to try to get that other person to understand how you feel, for sure, then maybe they would pay closer attention to what they see right here, and they say, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and work better. I'll go ahead and do better this next time. Okay, I'll look closely at that. So it's like, yeah, I ought to teach them a lesson. Teach them a lesson by pay attention, and try to pay close attention to that invitation, right? But anyway, talk about typical greeting cards.